Hello, this is the Interdimensional Podcast with me, Will, Jacob,
Hi.
Sam,
You alright?
and Simon.
Hello.
And we are going to talk about some movies and shit. Quite a lot on the shit front.
Yeah.
Justice
League especially.
Great. We're not even 20 seconds in and you're firing off shots.
I've pissed off every DC fan already.
Well, great, that's brilliant.
We're here already.
That's like a majority of the audience.
Okay, so how about we start with Spider-Man instead? Yeah, let's not go with Justice League. Cool. Let's go with Spider-Man instead. Yeah. So the new Spider-Man Homecoming. How about I say it? The new Spider-Man.
I am Brad.
The new Spider-Man Homecoming trailer has dropped, and 3 of us have seen it. I have not seen it because I've been informed that there are some minor spoilers, and apparently it looks pretty fucking good.
Minor?
That's what I've been told.
If you'd seen the trailer, you'd know that the entire plot is literally spoiled throughout. It's ridiculous.
But it still looked good.
It still looks amazing, and I think it'll do much better.
It didn't do a Batman v Superman where...
Oh, yeah.
we find out that Spider-Man's going to die.
God, wait, hang on. What franchise are we talking about now?
But no, I think the Homecoming trailer was brilliant, and I think they did a really good job of setting the tone.
Because it showed off more of Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes, the Vulture.
He looks good as well.
He
looks really good.
And then it just showed more of like Peter's life.
Yeah. I think
it does look pretty funny.
Because
I've not seen anything by that director before, but
yeah.
Well, that's what everyone's doing now with big budget films. Kong did it. Get someone who's directed a small independent film that was decent, and then let's throw him in the deep water. Yeah, but it's worked with Kong. Didn't work with Godzilla though, Gareth Edwards, but then he made Rogue One.
Yeah. And it didn't quite work with Josh Trank either.
It didn't work with Mark Webb as well.
I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man films.
No.
But I like Andrew Garfield.
Like
2 conversations.
Great. But no, like
I'm talking.
No, that's a fair thing to talk about, like the previous versions of Spider-Man and like what we think about Tom Holland, because I think it's almost like the universal thing I've heard is that people liked Tobey Maguire as Peter, but not as much as Spider-Man. And a lot of people liked Garfield as Spider-Man, but not as Peter. And even though we saw very little of Tom in Civil War, a lot of people gone, he's striking a good balance between the two.
I think that's also because they're finally looking towards Peter as a teenager instead of just because in the first Spider-Man film, it was near the end of his high school career, and that's when he moved on to his adult life. But we're looking at him from a different side, because I didn't know this, but he's actually, Peter in the film is 15 years old, so he literally is just starting out.
It helps that they've not picked an actor that's 30 years old.
Which is fantastic.
That was awkward with the Garfield era, was that you could tell, like, even though he doesn't look 30, you can tell he's older than pretty much all the other students in the school in that film. Tom Holland's 19, so he's not...
I think he's turning 20 either this year or he's already turned 20.
But he looks like a kid though.
He's got a good baby face, in the sense where it's not like, oh, you're such a beauty bit, but like, oh my god, you could actually look like you could pass in high school.
Unlike unlike Andrew Garfield, he looks sort of nerdy, and that's what you want from
Andrew Garfield looked too perfect as Peter
Parker.
The haircut and everything was brilliant.
Yeah, no, he was the hipster Spider-Man.
Yeah, but even then, in 2012, like, you've got a guy who is looking like Andrew Garfield, who rides a skateboard, wears cool clothes,
and he's got one
glasses,
of those old cameras.
Vintage cameras.
Takes photos. It's like
does web design.
That
was a brilliantly bad line.
He was standing up to Flash Gordon before he even had powers.
And it's ridiculous.
Flash Gordon, Flash Thompson.
Flash Gordon.
The franchises collide.
Oh god!
This is where we cut in the
Flash Gordon this January.
But no, like another thing that I find interesting is that Peter, in this version, he's nerdy, but he still has one friend, Gank Lee, who is still as fucking nerdy as him. Which is brilliant. Because in Tobey Maguire, he just didn't have any friends. No. Like, he hung out with MJ, and I was like, oh yeah, shame on you.
Hung out with James Franco.
Yeah, hung out with James Franco as well. And then in the Garfield era, it was him and Gwen. He just didn't talk to anyone else. And then Harry, when he reappeared in the second film. But it's just like, oh no, you're hanging out with Emma Stone. I can't fucking believe you. You're such a nerd. But like in this one, he just looks like a dork.
Yeah, and I feel like Sony have done something right for once, in the sense that they've given not all of the rights, but they're wanting help, which is what Sony and Fox both need to do when it comes to their film
until they take
franchises.
them away from us after Infinity War.
Oh yeah, and then they make the Venom.
That we can talk about that actually. The whole Venom not being part of the MCU thing, which is
I don't think it's actually such a bad thing. I think it will become a bad thing.
It will just
but
be
I think the one Venom movie will be pretty good.
It's just a step back. You know? It's kind of like what we wanted since like 2007 is like Marvel doing their interpretation of Spider-Man, and then it went to Sony again 5 years later doing the Amazing Spider-Man, which was okay. It's not a great movie by any standards.
Yeah, the only problem I have with it is that the villains are so fucking forgettable.
Yeah, especially in the second one.
Oh yeah,
The second one.
Jamie Foxx's Electro is like it's just
Awful.
disgusting. and David Hahn's like
I've heard that Electro might appear in Spider-Man: Homecoming or the sequel, which is out in 2019.
I don't mind them doing a soft reboot of that, but like one of the other annoying things about the Venom movie staying at Sony is one, it's the step back as you said, but it's two, is like it now even makes it even murkier of what Marvel can use and what can't, because that's always been an issue with the MCU. Is like what can they do, what can't they do? So like we know they can't do X-Men, we know they can't do Fantastic Four, and we know that they can't do like Galactus and other things like that. But then it's like, so can they do the Skrulls, because they've got the Kree, like stories and characters that are so tightly knit can't be used because they're all spread about the place.
I've heard that also the Venom spin-off is a horror sci-fi film, so it's kind of just like, great, so you're doing a superhero alien film.
No,
the most unoriginal thing
no, but
you
I
could
think
ever do.
I think it'll be pretty good, because if you look at it this way, if Venom was part of the MCU, there's no chance they'd make it R-rated. No chance that you'd be getting an R-rated Venom movie in the MCU.
Have Marvel made an R-rated film yet?
No, because that'd alienate part of their audiences. You know, you've got 5-year-olds that want to dress up as Spider-Man.
They have made Marvel has made an R-rated movie, but it's not part of the MCU. It was the Blade trilogy.
Exactly. But so Marvel would never do that, because then not all of their audience will be able to go and see one of their movies. So it's good in that sense that we're going to get. If you want a Venom movie, you want it to be R-rated. In the same sense as if you want a Deadpool movie, you want that R-rated. But if they're trying to make a universe around like
Venom,
like not even B-grade characters, D-grade characters like Silver Sable and
like they're not gonna, because like at the minute in the comics, Venom is with the Guardians of the Galaxy. And like he's learning, and he's learned about the symbiote and like their culture and stuff. And it's actually there's a new era of learning about what like Venom is. Like not currently, but like he's bonded with Flash Thompson, who lost his legs in a war. So it's like he's a soldier and stuff.
Agent Venom.
Yeah, Agent Venom, and he's now in space, and he's a space knight. Although but since the announcement of him getting his own movie, I think Venom's now going back to Earth with someone else. Like they're trying to do something else with him. It's like, but what they had was already great. So it's kind of just like one step forward and then 3 steps back.
It's like this. It's like it's good to make a Venom film. If you're gonna make a Venom film, fine, whatever. But trying to build a universe off of Venom isn't gonna work when you're missing the one character that ties Venom to everything.
They'll end up bringing Carnage in and making Venom an anti-hero.
Oh, I hope they don't do that straight away.
That's exactly what I think they'll do.
Anyway.
But no, because like the reason why the whole Carnage Venom thing is interesting is because Venom was a villain to Spidey for a long fucking time, and a tough one at that. And then Carnage turns around and is even worse, and Spidey's like, "Help me, dude! Help me out, man!"
Isn't Cletus Cassidy he's a serial killer?
Yeah, he's an absolute fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, Sony, why? Sony, why?
Anyway.
I think the initial movie will be good.
Yeah.
What they're planning to do afterwards.
Yeah. Speaking of not knowing what to do, Justice League.
Hey, you can't call Zack Snyder clueless.
In Zack we trust.
In one corner we've got someone who is an absolute DC fanboy.
I'm not a fanboy.
And in the other corner we have someone who's watched the Justice League trailer and is he has even less hype than originally
It's
planned.
gotten worse for you, hasn't it?
It's like, imagine you can have hype at 0. He's gone even below that.
I am minus hype.
I reckon you'd be more excited for a Suicide Squad sequel right now.
I don't know.
Well, the Legend of Tarzan writer's working on a great script, isn't it?
The Legend of Tarzan. Don't know that.
Oh god.
Oh, it sounds good.
But yeah, but no, like the trailer. The thing about the trailer is it does look good.
But
there
a
are
year
warning
ago,
signs.
probably like a year and a half ago, we got a Batman v Superman trailer that looked fucking good.
Yeah.
And then we got that film,
Because
and it just wasn't what anyone wanted.
Zack Snyder knows how to shoot cool scenes, and that's what this trailer is. It's a bunch of cool scenes where stuff's happening.
If we took it visually, he would be, I think, one of the best directors
that's
living
one of the
today.
That's one of the like the greatest things and the worst things about
Him
the
and Michael
DCEU. About the DCEU is that it all looks really fucking pretty, and then you watch it and you go, "That's pretty," but no substance.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a problem with the trailer. Like, the trailer's great. It's a good trailer. It's well cut.
You just don't want to be.
You don't want to go on the hype train.
Yeah.
No, it's just a bunch of nice shots, is what it is. And
No, what are you talking about? There's some amazing dialogue in that. What's your superpower? I'm rich.
I thought that was quite funny, but I'm waiting for the second trailer, the story trailer, to bring whatever story.
I know what they're going to do is they'll add Superman in a trailer, which they should not do at any point.
No, God, no.
If I see Superman for more than like a second,
because then Batman v Superman becomes pointless.
I'd be willing.
It becomes pointless. It already is kind of pointless because, well, the film itself is shit, but like the fact that they put Superman when they went Comic-Con, they put Superman on like the poster as like. What was the point of the last 10 minutes of Batman v Superman?
That's also the reason why they've like in this trailer it's no longer Unite the Seven, it's Unite the League.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people are like, okay, can we not even pretend he's dead for a bit before he comes back? We will even pretend to be shocked. Like it's kind of like that.
I'm willing to put money on the next trailer being bad and either spoiling stuff or give it away massive plot lines that I just will not be interested in.
It's interesting, they've done this now with both of their last two films. Apart from Wonder Woman, they've actually been quite good.
Wonder Woman
has no... We haven't seen Ares yet.
No.
We've just seen that Dr. Poison Girl, but she's in the trailer for literally a second.
Yeah.
And
literally
not
a second.
Not any longer.
You see, like they've shown their hand now, DC. We've seen that they can make, like, for Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, and you can kind of count Man of Steel in this as well. But I like Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel.
Man of Steel is probably the best so far.
They can make a fucking good trailer.
Yes.
It's just the film that comes
Man
out
of Steel.
is not any good.
Man of Steel. They had like the trailers that came out for that revealed literally nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were good with that because Zod. I didn't know anything much about Zod until the film. Then I got behind Zod because I actually liked Zod as a villain.
I will find him.
I will find him.
I will find him.
But Suicide Squad did it.
Is Hans Zimmer?
No, he's retired from superhero films. But it's
no, he did do
Batman v Superman.
He did. He did Man of Steel and BVS.
He said that he struggled with Batman v Superman because he'd already done a Batman thing.
Why
before.
could he not fucking copy Man of Steel anymore? Or could he not copy Pirates of the Caribbean?
Although you have to admit, the Wonder Woman theme was
it's
amazing.
So good.
It's a fantastic theme. And I think
just doesn't fit in the film at any point that it's cut into it.
I think it's the best part about the DCEU is the music. The music is the best part.
And the trailer.
No, it's the Suicide Squad soundtrack. It's so if you've listened to it, apart from the one where they're using like
couple Lamborghini.
It's actually not that good of a soundtrack. It's not that good. The Suicide Squad thing is so the film is so bad.
The first 5 minutes.
The film is so bad.
Of the film is ridiculous.
Let's bring this back to the Justice League trailer before we just start trashing the rest of it.
But I just wanted to do a nice comparison of the fact that Avengers doesn't have any decent music in it. Like when you.
I like the Avengers theme.
The Avengers theme.
Yeah, the Avengers theme is good.
Is it as good as Man of Steel or Wonder Woman?
No.
That's the thing.
No, but it still has
only thing
solid,
that DC has
solid music.
Apart from characters.
I'd say the trailers.
DC.
Get them trailer.
No, that Civil War trailer though. I think it was the second trailer they put out was probably one of the best trailers.
Where we saw the beginning of the airport fight. Yeah.
And then Spider-Man with the shield.
Under Rose.
Yeah,
It's ironic.
that
It's
was
funny,
followed.
like because when you see the scene where they're running towards each
He
other,
was cut out
in
so
it,
well.
and then he was cut out of it. It's interesting. I have to see.
Yeah, no, because Marvel didn't want to play their hand, which is something
Which
that,
they did in the next
Which is what
trailer.
DC seem to want to do all the time.
Because, like-
it's like, you want Doomsday, you got fucking Doomsday right here.
Imagine that though, if they never put
really want
Spider-Man in a trailer, if they never put him in it, and then all of a sudden when it cuts to Queens and you just see him walking along, like, just imagine how it would have been in the cinema.
See, like I saw the trailer for that, and I was like, oh sweet, Spider-Man's in it. Cut to Queens, and I was like, wait, Queens? What? Why would he go there? And then he walked through the door. I was like, hello.
Yeah, like, that would have been so good.
Because even though it was somewhat spoiled, I didn't know where they were going to place it. But like with Doomsday, like that could only be in the finale of the film.
It can own. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to see, especially in the next Justice League trailer, I don't really want to see Steppenwolf. I wouldn't want to see Steppenwolf.
Because like
See everything.
all we've
Superman
seen,
coming back to life.
all we've seen is the League fighting a bunch of parademons.
Yeah.
And
Should it just
Parademons look good.
yeah, they do look good,
look good.
but like that's the thing. Everything looks good so far.
Yeah, but they've not. I don't think they've established enough of the universe to just go
That's the
straight
thing, like,
Yeah.
a DC slate like this, what they're planning, is set up for failure. Because they haven't set up Aquaman, but although they did in that cool little email we got in Batman v Superman.
Wonder Woman, apart from the film that's coming out, is the most developed out of.
But she got like 15
count
minutes,
Batman.
20 minutes in Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
But she's getting a whole movie, which
Yeah.
is good. But still,
The fact that
you got Aquaman,
They're playing
you got
catch up.
Cyborg, you got Flash.
DC are playing
They
catch up.
didn't have to though. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
They
They
could
didn't
have taken their
have
time.
to. They could. There's plenty of good stories that they could have done to kick off the universe.
The fact that they did Suicide Squad though,
yeah, the
it's
placement
just-
of that was just
it's
weird.
awful.
Like the concept of Suicide Squad is great, but like the execution of it in universe doesn't make too much sense. The fact that there's supposed to be a covert ops that doing stuff that the government cannot get involved with. Why can't the government get involved with stopping an evil monster?
Yeah.
Or Batman.
Like, yeah, or Batman.
Wonder Woman,
Because like,
or the Flash.
Because like, I understand Amanda's like, shit, I fucked up. Let's try and cover this up. But they could have done that with a hero's help anyway.
Well,
if they just told the
end
hero.
credit scene.
Yeah, it's
Literally, Bruce Wayne just comes in at the end. You should have sent my team in. It's like, well, that just cleared up the shitness of Suicide
Oh, no,
Squad.
because she hands him the folder with like Barry Allen and Arthur Curry and all them.
Yeah,
But like, it's just Suicide Squad can't do a mission like that. What they did in
No,
the film.
they can't,
If
no.
they did like Assault on Arkham, which
Yes.
that would have been perfect. Like Joker is the main villain, or like anyone else, and then we see everyone trapped in Arkham. Like, that would be so good. But we got Enchantress,
Dancing like a
Yeah,
weirdo with
we
a
got
weird
that
super machine.
Fantastic Four beam going into the sky, everything circling around it, and it
another
was just
fucking sky
yeah,
beam.
it was just
To be honest,
it was
at least,
horrible.
At least this film kind of made sense, whereas Fantastic Four just.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they miss a trick though, because if you're gonna put Suicide Squad this early in your slate, make it something that fleshes out the world a bit
Set
more.
up villains.
Yeah, set up villains, set up the status quo of what's happening. Like, oh, there's a guy that can run really fast. He's popped up. I didn't know that either about.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
But when he popped up in that like little cameo he did,
That was nice.
like I was like, okay, we're seeing a bit more, but we got 10 seconds of it.
Yeah, because that's the thing about the Justice League trailer as well, is that we all get, because on the run up to it we got like each character had their own little like 3-second video of them showing off doing different things.
Oh, yeah.
Other than the cool group shot of like the door of the plane or whatever opening up,
Yeah.
the team don't seem to be together a lot.
Because that's when Aquaman comes out. Well, when he goes like dressed like a bat, I dig it.
Yeah.
Is that the first time he's seeing Bruce Wayne
it
as
must
Batman?
be. It must be.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
Because I know
Near the
Aquaman
end.
will probably take a while to sign on to the Justice
Oh,
League.
yeah, no.
Flash is what's that?
are we gonna get? Are we gonna get with Justice League DC's version of X-Men Apocalypse?
Oh no!
It's,
I love the way everyone went. Oh no!
Like Darkseid
Batman
looking
running
like
around like
crap.
I need a team. I need a little team.
Because like obviously
Steppenwolf's like I need some parody.
I need more demons.
learning just touches like a laptop.
That's that thing in what was it, Batman? Because Jesse Eisenberg is going to be he's going to appear again in this film.
Oh, he has to. He has to.
I think it was confirmed as well. But like with thing, I still don't get it. How does Batman? I know he has like the nightmares and stuff, but like, how does he know something's coming?
Because right, I've heard a lot of this.
I've
got the
had
feeling.
nightmares before, but I didn't think shit. The world's gone around, and I've put together a Justice.
My theory is that because the Flash has the most ridiculous powers in any comic books ever. He can run so fast, he can fuck time. All right. So
he runs so fast, he entered
literally,
Batman's dream.
like screwing it over, like he
literally
so,
you can have sex with time.
Well, I don't think he can quite do that, but like
this is Barry Allen.
well, he likes fucking with the timeline as is if you watch the TV show. Anyway, but like he can run so fast that he can go back in time. I've got the feeling that nightmare sequence was like some sort of like Barry was trying to find a way to like fold time and space on itself, so Bruce was experiencing it before it happened. And then afterwards, and then when he's going, I'm too early, that was him like clarifying you need to do this sort of thing. So I think that was the Flash, like just messing with him, or like some other powerful psychic character who was with Barry but we couldn't see them, like tampering with Bruce's mind to get him ready.
That and the other 5-6 storylines going on in Batman vs Superman.
I'm still puzzled at the start where they're like with this bullet. It's literally like when like she's in where's she? She's there. She's in like Africa somewhere. Like
when they shoot Jimmy Olsen in the face.
I was literally like,
I didn't. Even
they
know,
just killed off Jimmy Olsen. I was like,
didn't know that was Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, it was afterwards.
wasn't
Zack Snyder
established.
confirmed it. It's like, yeah, we thought we'd do something fun with the character. What fucking murder? You're a psychopath.
Shot in the head.
And it wasn't it in the Ultimate Edition where they cleared that up, like they
he was in
extra,
it
like 5 minutes at the beginning. Or something.
The Ultimate, like, the thing, I can't watch the theatrical cut of Batman vs Superman anymore after watching the Ultimate Edition because the theatrical cut is like, I think unwatchable now. But I find
it wasn't very unwatchable to begin with.
But the Ultimate Edition, I think, is bearable. I think that's the biggest compliment I can give it. Is bearable.
Well, that's why I don't want to watch it though, because I could enjoy having a shit time.
I can enjoy. Watching
the theatrical.
I could just watch the warehouse scene over and over again.
That warehouse scene was
great. But the Doomsday fight, I think, is like. Because I love the way Batman vs Superman was setting this up, like Superman. Oh yeah, we need to question like Superman. We need to make sure everyone's safe, and then flips its morals in the last act and has this fat off fight where everything gets destroyed.
Oh no, it was after 5 o'clock. Nobody was in that building.
Like everything just gets flipped up. It's like
it's not going to cost the government anything.
What doesn't make sense to me?
This port is abandoned.
So Lex Luthor's plan was to murder a bunch of people in the village.
Lex Luthor didn't
with bullets, with bullets,
Lex caught bullets,
and blame it on Superman.
The amount of people, but that's the thing. Like when you talk shit about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, they go, "It's not Lex Luthor, it's Lex Jr." It's like, okay, yeah, but whatever it was fucking awful. Okay, I love Jesse Eisenberg. Is such a good actor.
Zombieland, he's great in Zombieland.
Zombieland is probably one of my favourite zombie films.
You see, the problem is they've cast Jesse Eisenberg as a different character because he plays the same character in every film. Is the awkward, nerdy dickhead.
The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
I actually got like,
and he's just
the one scene I thought was sick was when he goes to the crash site of the World Engine. Because that's when the Lex Luthor theme kicks in, and that's one of the best pieces of music from Batman v Superman as well.
Yeah.
Again, like.
But yeah, it's just like. So he's going to be in Justice League?
I reckon he'll have a cameo. They'll probably visit him in his cell.
Yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh, told you." Ding, 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 ding.
Do you think it would be?
They'll kill him. No, they'll shoot him. Bryan Cranston will walk in, shoot him in the eye. Walk out. He's like, "I'm Lex now, bitch."
Didn't they?
I am the one.
I remember reading this in a storyline. Lex Luthor faked his own death in a plane crash and then transferred his mind into a younger ginger bearded person.
Yeah. That sounds just about convoluted for the DC.
Genius. Do that.
That's another thing.
That's how you can.
Zack Snyder's probably just read that comic and just gone, "Fucking, let's get this."
Because that's the thing about that's one of the. I know we keep doing this, but one of the strengths of Marvel is that they take their more convoluted plots and simplify the fuck out of them, but without insulting their fan base. Also, the DCEU is it's dark and gritty, and we have to tell you exactly what the fuck's going on all the time.
Do you want to know why we compare it to Marvel? It's because Marvel know what they're doing, and Marvel have their shit together, and they've been doing this for 9 years.
Simon, you sound like such a Marvel fanboy right now. Can you tone it down?
Says the guy in the Venom shirt.
I think Lex Luthor will come in at an end credit scene where he'll see Darkseid. Darkseid will appear as.
I reckon they'll do a how Thanos did in Age of Ultron, where when he came in, it's like, fine, I'll do it myself. I just have a feeling like we won't see Darkseid at all, and then we'll get an end credit scene, like we'll like cut to Apocalypse, and then we'll just see Darkseid. Like,
no, what would be brilliant is if the DCEU don't even like. We don't see Darkseid until the final fight, like until the final Justice League film. We don't see him till then, because I wouldn't be surprised.
What I'm betting on is we get Justice League, and then when Flash comes around,
if it does,
yeah.
Listen, we've got to think about the films after Justice League and how they're gonna, because they're gonna have to do.
They've got no directors.
Yeah, but
Aquaman is the one that's looking solid so far. Batman will probably be 2019.
Looked great for a while, and then just everyone just went, nah, mate.
Well, that's because I think Ben Affleck going to rehab and his marriage being on the rocks, and then.
Well, I'm happy. Well, he's my favourite on-screen Batman.
I just think
he's my favourite on-screen Batman.
I would not be surprised at all if by the time it gets around to Flash, they just go. Flashpoint. Let's reboot and give everyone new origins.
Oh my god.
No. Shit. Just fucking hell.
Just as an excuse to
They're going to do Flashpoint though. That's the thing. At some point they will do it.
Yeah, if they do that, I'd happily see Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the Batman.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd happily do that.
Yeah. If Ben Affleck definitely says, I'm not going to be in the Batman film, I think they'll seriously consider Flashpoint in it.
Yeah, they would. Because especially with Jeffrey Dean Morgan being so phenomenal on The Walking Dead at the minute.
Yeah, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan definitely needs a Watchmen style film again, because he was brilliant in Watchmen. Because he was playing a dead dude, it was kind of like it was also, but then the flashbacks were brilliant because he was a cynical, sadistic.
Probably one of my favourite bits is when he's murdering people in the street, and they're like, "Oh, what happened to the American dream?" He's like, "Oh, it came true."
Yeah,
I was like,
he's brilliant.
He's so good.
But I think what they got, we got Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg.
They got a Green Lantern Corps film with him and John Stewart, John Stewart.
Why share it? Just give it to John Stewart.
I would prefer to see John Stewart because I'm sick and tired of Hal Jordan. But actually no, probably Carl Rayner.
If personally, I would much prefer to see John Stewart because John Stewart's my Green Lantern.
And Thingy-Majiggy.
Guy Gardner?
I'm trying to think of someone.
Guy Gardner's such a fucking knob.
I can't say his name. Mahershala Ali, who won the Oscar for Moonlight.
Mahershala Ali,
yeah. I'd love to see him.
The guy that was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm on Jessica Jones.
No, he's literally there from the start. But no, he's a brilliant actor.
He definitely.
He
was good in. I liked him in House of Cards, and he's very. I mean, I think the first thing I saw him in was Mockingjay Part 1.
I didn't realise it was him until then.
Yeah, no.
I think they must have cleared.
But
yeah, we're at our university right now, and we're in a classroom doing this podcast, and we're scared because I think that there may be a class outside wanting to come in this room. But we're doing a podcast.
Podcasts are more important.
Sorry.
But yeah, the thing is that I think Cyborg, is he actually getting a film? Because by the looks of the trailer, it looks like it's going to cover it already. Because we see him in his. That's the problem. We see him in his football outfit.
And for me, that's the problem with Age of Ultron, is that it's an Avengers sequel.
I watched that last night, didn't we?
Me and Sam had a lovely movie date where we stayed in watching Netflix. I essentially just barged into his room and watched Netflix.
You were slamming Age of Ultron though.
I was slamming Age of Ultron.
I like it, but it's nowhere near the first.
I think one of the flaws of it is that it's a sequel to the Avengers, but it also tries to concentrate on
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Then you've got to set up your villain plot with Ultron that they could have set up in Iron Man 3. But
the thing is,
then you've got Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch to bring in.
Then you've got to I love Scarlet Witch, but
then you've got to catch everybody up who's not watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because why would you? As to what's happening with Hydra.
I enjoyed the Hawkeye moments. I think
for me,
the
that's
best part of the film because it was characterization that we didn't need the Hawkeye to be this character that everyone cared about, but they didn't
need Hawkeye.
We didn't need Hawkeye.
Shut up.
He didn't get much in the first one, did he?
No, this is why I loved the second one.
I would actually see a Hawkeye film as well.
He was the guy.
I know, but
it's like Black Widow. But the thing is, would we want to go see a Hawkeye?
No,
I actually would though.
Let's remember, Hawkeye was the guy that saw an alien invasion coming and went, How many arrows do I need to take to this alien invasion?
Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
15? 15 will do.
to quote him from the next movie, the city is flying, we're fighting an army of robots. I got a bow and arrow. None of this makes any sense.
Yeah,
I think
Jeremy
Jeremy
sense why he's in the film.
I love Jeremy Renner, and I think
Such a dick.
I don't know. See, this
I don't like
is the
Jeremy
problem.
Renner.
I don't know why you don't. Like, you don't like him in The Hurt Locker, and The Hurt Locker is fantastic, and he's brilliant.
I haven't seen The Hurt Locker. I've heard it's overrated.
It's
Oh,
so
no, it's
overrated.
fantastic.
Is it actually?
I've heard that the
Oscar-baited.
tension in that movie is good, but
I like
once
the
you
premise
watch-
of it, like-
once you rewatch it,
yeah.
it's just like
No, the tension would be good if they didn't go and defuse like 5 bombs, because you know after the second or third bomb that you're like, well, there's another 1.5 hours in this. Jeremy Renner's not going to get blown up. Anthony Mackie's not going to get blown up. I think we're pretty safe until the last
Did you know Jeremy Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer in an independent film in like 2001?
what?
Do you know Jeffrey Dahmer, the American psychopath serial killer?
Yeah.
criminal? Yeah, he Jeremy Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer in an independent film.
I did not know
And
that.
I've seen a little bit of it, and it's really fucking weird.
Is he a cocky cunt in that one?
No.
Jeremy Renner in all Jeremy Renner
I
movies.
think I'm going to have to put a foul language warning before this podcast
Well,
goes
you
up.
swore in like the first 20
I know.
seconds.
Just beat me.
Man, watch
Shall
your
we,
language. Sorry, Cap.
Should we move on? Because I think we've spoken
Yeah,
about
good
DC.
Justice League chat there.
Yeah.
Good Justice League
Well,
chat.
to end on it, I would say I'm looking forward to Justice League.
I'm
but
looking forward to Justice
I'm not convinced it's going to be good.
Yeah.
As a fan of DC, I'm not happy with the universe we've got so far.
No.
Yeah.
But hopefully Wonder Woman changes that.
I'm a fan
Yeah,
of
no,
DC.
I do hope Wonder
Woman
Woman.
changes that.
I am a fan of DC. Just don't. It's just disappointing of what.
I love
they're
our
producing
animated
at the moment.
universe.
Oh, the
Our
animated universe
is
is
doing
brilliant.
really well, but
you
the
take away-
film's not doing
If you
great.
take away the movies, I'm more of a DC fan than I am a Marvel fan. I've read more DC comics. I've played more DC games.
They're doing a Suicide Squad game, by the way.
Oh
They're doing a Suicide Squad game. I think it's WB Montreal who did Arkham Origins. I think I'm not too sure.
Can I play as the Joker?
Yeah.
Can I
only for 4 minutes.
Can
and then
I
he has to fuck
customize
off.
his costume?
Like, give him as many
different costumes.
tattoos
I
as
don't
possible.
mind the look of Joker, but it was just Jared
no.
Leto.
No, God, no. That.
We should not get into
Oh,
it.
guys.
No, what was it?
Don't
Because
worry.
like
We don't need to
Everyone-
shit on him anymore.
I'm just
going to
say this. I was on the bus once talking to a friend. They hadn't seen the film. We were talking about it because we said Will Smith is one of the few really good legitimately good things about the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, Margot Robbie, and Jai Courtney of all
Jai
fucking
Courtney
people.
was as Boomerang was actually fucking good.
But yeah, it was weird.
Captain Boomerang did fuck all.
Yeah,
Why did he carry a unicorn around?
because they found it on set and they thought it was funny.
No,
It's a fetish,
Deadpool was
apparently.
released a few months before, and they were like,
We need a unicorn in
Deadpool
it.
we need a
likes
unicorn
unicorn.
fetish, right?
And
But like,
Viola Davis and Amanda Waller was good.
oh yeah, Viola Davis, Amanda Waller was good,
was
but
great.
that is a
wasn't
mean
written
lady.
well. She played it well.
I felt that was a bit sadistic though. Like she murders.
Oh,
Like,
she's like one of the most
Well,
evil women.
yeah,
in
she
the
is-
fucking
she's
DCU.
pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Rick Flag has no problem with it. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
that's
And they're
the-
like,
Well, then they have that bit in the bar when he's like,
yeah, let's not
oh.
shit on Sister.
Let's not shit on
But like,
Sister.
It's a great
Everybody
film.
already has.
the
solid
problem,
7 out of 10.
But yeah, no, I was talking to a friend about
Oh,
on the
it's not
bus,
Dom.
and they said, "Oh, I know a lot of people that really like the Joker," and me as a massive fan of the Joker, just there going, "No, he was terrible." Look across the way, and I had like 5 people looking at me going, "You what?" Because I did not like the movie.
I don't think he was terrible, but
Yeah, he was terrible.
I don't think he was because there was some moments
He was
I was
in
like,
love.
yeah,
He should have been in
I-
love.
I was like, I could dig.
I don't think he was
moments like
terrible,
this,
but
but
he was
like,
pretty fucking bad.
He turned into a fucking cat when he was like interrogating the dude. He was just like going.
I know, it was
across
some
him.
weird,
That was
weird
weird.
Shall we move this on?
Yeah. What's up next?
Okay, so the next subject is the Ghost in the Shell
Yeah.
movie starring Scarlett Johansson.
I just pre-booked my ticket. yeah, I pre-booked my
And-
It's out tomorrow, isn't
20
and,
past
like,
8.
I might see it.
Who here has seen the anime? Who here has seen the anime?
Moments.
Yeah.
I've seen
Moments
it.
of fucking
Probably
greatness
I
as well,
watched-
though, what I've seen. No, it
I
looks
got
fucking
into
good.
an anime kind of binge where I watched some of the greatest animes ever made, like Akira, Spirited Away, and then Ghost in the Shell. And Ghost in the Shell is probably one of the best like neo-noir like sci-fi films I've seen like since Blade Runner,
Yeah.
really.
I think Blade Runner was like
And
influence
Looper,
on it.
I think, because I think Looper is one of my favourite films ever made.
It's just like the main reason we're talking about it is not only because it's a big movie coming up, but the whole is it a controversy because there is
whitewashing.
the whitewashing of the main character, because there's a lot of people are annoyed about it, but surprisingly not a lot of people who were involved in the project were upset about it.
Yeah, that's what I found out. Like the director of the original film, for some reason, I can understand his reasoning behind it, and I understand the reasoning of many people, because the film is all about themes of like how you self-identify.
Yeah.
And so it's about how, like, you know, using cyborg augmentation parts to change what it is to be human. And so I found that quite interesting to see that, like, people who are being whitewashed are not necessarily, like, bothered about whitewashing. I mean, one of the other reasons was like, oh, well, we assumed Hollywood would cast a white woman, which isn't great.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to assume that, like, a bad thing is happening because it's Hollywood, you know.
So did you see Exodus with Christian?
Oh yeah,
that got slagged because literally there are no Egyptian people, I think, in that film. There is no was it Sigourney Weaver was the mother?
She was in it.
Yeah,
I think she was the mother.
It's like Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton was he was
Ramses.
Ramesses, and then Christian Bale. But
on a funny part about that, you know, Rami Malek.
Yeah.
He's an Egyptian American, and he was a Mr. Robot.
He's brilliant.
He's fucking quality.
And some people.
He was a pharaoh knight at the museum.
He was a pharaoh. That's what I was trying to get onto. He was a pharaoh knight at the museum, and people were pissed off that he was cast because they're like, "Oh, he's an American. He's not Egyptian," and he had to go out and say that he's an Egyptian American person, and it was just brilliant.
But it's just also like the Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp as the Native American.
Yeah.
That was,
I never saw that, but
I
got
refused
slammed,
to watch
didn't
it on
it?
principle.
The latest
I just
trailer.
didn't watch it because it's a Johnny Depp film.
No, I have fallen out with Johnny Depp.
No, but I did for a while, and then have you seen Black Mass?
God, yes, it's a brilliant film.
That's when I was like, okay, he can play these characters
And then
again.
you saw Alice in Wonderland too.
I never saw that, but I never saw the first one either.
When he randomly goes Scottish for no fucking reason.
I stopped watching Johnny Depp films after Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Yeah. But no, there was
the new one looks quite good.
The new Pirates looks interesting. I'm interested.
It looks quite good.
I'm surprised that so many people like it.
I don't like the one just gone was horrendous.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all, but the first two I love.
I'm so surprised at the amount of hype that it's getting now, because I'm one of the people that just like to look through comments on Facebook every time something that
cool kid.
Yeah, I am a cool kid.
The number one thing I didn't like about it is just cast someone to be a younger Johnny Depp. Don't try and make Johnny Depp look 20 years old. It's disgusting. It was disgusting to look at.
Simon's triggered.
I was looking through the comments, and it was nothing but positivity. And I was like, okay.
So negative.
No, I'm not negative.
The thing is, it's coming off the back of the first film, which is great. The second film, which is average. The third film, which I personally enjoy the third film, but I understand why people hate it.
It's alright.
And the fourth film,
was
which
shite.
everyone should agree is the most disgusting film.
No, it was just bad.
It's awful.
It wasn't like I was offended on a molecular level.
No,
it was
I
just
was
like
offended.
whatever.
Triggered.
They wasted Ian McShane.
You know how you were annoyed that they just tried to age down
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
They should have just got Penelope Cruz back and got to dress up as it.
That was
That worked pretty well in the fourth one.
Yeah, like what is Johnny Depp's like background? Because like
apparently he's Native American, which technically means he can be a Native
he
American
could be
in the Lone
Toto.
Ranger.
That was so stupid.
I'm just not convinced with the effects either that we've seen in the new trailer. Like, I was watching through it and I was like, the first few shots I was like, that's a cool shot. They're not going to make it into the film though. This is a lot of it was shot just for the trailer, and then
That's
towards the end, you've got Javier Bardem, who I think is a brilliant actor, and they've just CGI'd all over his face and his hair's
but
like.
they did that with Bill Nye as.
No, but that looks fine though because it's not physics defying. It's like.
Oh God, it was. He had fucking tentacles on his face.
Javier Bardem's hair is just like floating as if he's constantly in water.
I get what you're saying.
And it's just so weird
could
to
be
look
windy.
at.
It could be windy.
It could be really windy.
in regards to the whitewashing again,
Oh yeah, we went so far off
We
track.
did.
Because we mentioned Depp.
Have you all seen the new trailer for the remake of Death Note?
Yes. Oh, that's irritating.
And it's that is a serious case of ridiculous whitewashing.
Because like it's not even like they whitewashed him. They straight up just went, yeah, no, he's no longer Light Yamagami or.
The thing is, he is named in the credits as Light Yagami.
Yeah.
Is it Yagami or whatever?
I can't remember.
And then it's in brackets, AKA Light Turner, and it's like, what are you doing? you're idiots. But apparently they've got. If you've seen Get Out,
I haven't watched it yet.
They've got one of the black people in that who's also in Atlanta, who's brilliant, and which is a fantastic TV show. It should be watched by every single person.
Is that the guy who plays Snoop Dogg in Straight Outta Compton?
Maybe.
I think it might be.
It might be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love him. He's quality.
On the subject of,
he's playing L, who is the detective that hunts Light down.
Yeah.
on the subject of whitewashing, I don't think it's something. It's too broad where you can just say, no, it's bad, or yes, it's good.
Yeah, it's
because
like not all of it is
not
bad.
all of it's bad. Sometimes if you're going to change somebody's race or gender or sexual orientation for a film,
Cough, Dragon Ball Evolution.
I don't mind. It doesn't bother me if it serves the plot. If it serves the plot and it's something that that doesn't change the character too much, because changing somebody's skin colour doesn't really change the character. They could still have the same upbringing and background and stuff like that. Like when I didn't mind when they changed Johnny Storm to be Michael B. Jordan, because Michael B. Jordan would obey.
Yeah, he's my best mate on 2K.
I do find that interesting. If it's the other way round.
But if it doesn't service the plot, why have it in?
Yeah.
Why not just cast somebody who, like for Ghost in the Shell, why not just cast somebody who's Asian?
Yeah.
Or what? But I can see why they've done it, because Scarlett Johansson's a big name.
She like the logic behind it.
There was actually rumours.
It'll sell tickets.
There were rumours that they were, early on in the process of the film, they were actually trying to make Scarlett Johansson look more Asian.
Yeah, like with the haircut as well.
Yeah. And do you know Freddie Wong on YouTube?
Yeah.
For Rocket Jump, he made a hilarious video of how parodying it. He just had loads of just stereotypes of Asian people just put into a photo of Scarlett Johansson. It's hilarious.
It's just like,
but apparently it's true. That was true. But they didn't do it with Scarlett Johansson, and they only did like small tests apparently. And it's kind
just
of like
why didn't they get the girl from Pacific Rim?
I like her.
Yeah, because she would have been brilliant.
She looks like
she is from Japan. She's from Japan.
It's because Asian people aren't bankable. Like
but why not just take a chance on some?
I read a comment.
Don't make a massive blockbuster film and take a chance, but just throw a couple in there. Like there's Colleen Wang in Iron Fist. She's brilliant.
Yes, she was awesome. And Colleen Wing was
Japanese
American, but like very much on the American side.
I've heard that
she's
she's being considered for Mulan in the new Mulan reboot.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Ooh,
she's British.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of skeptical about Ghost in the Shell because it looks great.
Yeah,
and it looks like they've captured the anime, but it's directed by Rupert Sanders, who's the guy that did Snow White and Huntsman.
Oh, that film's okay.
That's a good film.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I haven't seen it. Like I saw Kristen Stewart was in it, and I was kind of like, I was at the time where I was like, I don't want to see you at all.
I thought it was pretty good, but then again, I'm probably biased. I've got a bit of a crush on Chris Hemsworth, my boy.
Chris Hemsworth, who is looking fucking stunning in that new. Pictures for Thor Ragnarok.
Oh my god!
Which for some reason,
can I just trigger Jacob for a sec?
Yeah,
I don't know if it will trick you.
Oh no!
Go on, just do it.
I was just gonna say they haven't made a good Thor film yet.
No,
they haven't.
How is that triggering?
I don't know, because he's a Marvel fanboy, isn't he?
But the thing is, I want
Let's go.
Stop looking at your girlfriend.
It's a bit like, why is Becky
She's doing some weird dance.
Hang on, sorry. Let's just.
Is that Tyrone? Oh
my
god! She's hanging out with
brilliant.
She's hanging out with another man, bro.
She's dancing with a Rubik's cube. in an elevator.
That's what you do on a Wednesday.
I'm just waiting for it to open and us just will be
This is the weirdest podcast.
Yeah.
Let's get her in and share her thoughts on the new guest in the show.
She's seen us.
Chelsea, what's your thoughts on Japanese people?
Oh, this is brilliant.
Filming.
Yeah, so
Yes,
wait,
we've got a podcast going.
we just saw you dancing with a Rubik's Cube and I was a bit like, what's happening?
Nothing.
Oh my god.
What's your opinion on Ghost in the Shell and whitewashing? You like Asian people, don't you? She listens to Korean music.
K-pop is decent.
No, K-pop.
Yeah.
No, that's
It's decent,
disgusting.
isn't it?
Yeah.
K-pop,
K-pop's alright.
K-pop is fucking baby metal is just the worst.
Oh no, they're weird.
Yeah.
They're quite weird.
But K-pop in general is
I'm
disgusting.
not too sure, because I'm not really bothered about the film, so why should I comment?
Alright, see you.
That's a very valid point.
There we go.
Dance with the Rubik's Cube.
Thanks.
See you in a
We
bit.
should do that. We should just have one person that doesn't really give a shit about films just on the podcast.
So,
looks alright.
Looks alright.
Already in the first episode of our podcast, we've gone just full weird.
Yeah, we have. We've just got
completely
dancing
So that
Rubik's
count as a
Cube.
special guest.
Yeah.
That was our special guest of this week. That's the celebrity.
Have you
Rubik's
seen?
Cube
Actually, have you seen
dancer.
in the Grand? Is it? Oh, what's it called? Grand Tour.
Yeah.
And it's like every week they get a celebrity guest with someone
It
likes
is
to
good.
kill
It's a
them.
better idea
Yes.
now because I don't.
We're not
I don't
killing
know.
off my girlfriend. Just putting that out there.
Because I know
Just walks in,
BBC aren't
trips
letting
up
them
and
have like
smashes
guests each week or something because I know they don't want to copy Top Gear too much.
No,
But-
they're not bothered.
Yeah, but then again, like you can tell with that show, Amazon just said like, yeah, go nuts.
Yeah.
You can just tell like, yeah,
Just-
we'll give you like
yeah, like,
60
it's
million
my-
an episode. There,
Yeah,
knock
Jesus
yourself out.
Christ. Because it's like every week they go to a completely different country. Like it's insane. And I think it's really because Amazon knew that they could.
They
get
were the
something
things keeping Top
amazing.
Gear afloat.
Because Top Gear is now like what on IMDb? It's like a 9 out of 10, and it's like it's.
Oh no!
I haven't seen. I saw the trailer for the new series and it was.
I'm
It's
just
got
not
Matt LeBlanc in it still, so I'm not going
I
anywhere near it.
I love Matt LeBlanc. I love Matt
Oh,
LeBlanc.
Friends.
Friends was
No, but it's not about like Friends. It's about the fact that
He has no
One-
charisma.
one person
Get the fuck
out of the entire of the Friends cast has had a career after Friends.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. Matt
Courtney
LeBlanc-
Cox did as well, kind of.
Yeah, kind of with Scream, but
No, she did. What was that show called? Cougars, I think it was.
oh yeah.
That was quite successful.
So yeah, like a
What are you
semi.
talking about? David Schwimmer was a fucking giraffe.
Yeah, he was Madagascar, Melman.
Yeah, but
Was it
Oh,
Melman?
no one knows his face.
Yeah, Melman.
And to be honest, David.
Yeah, but
Schwimmer-
everyone knows his voice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
you,
mean-
Simon.
The one thing I saw him in after Friends in Madagascar was the
He did-
People versus O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, I saw. He
which
was.
is-
Was he the cod?
He was
the
Robert Kardashian,
yeah.
and it was phenomenal. It was, I highly recommend that show. But like, the Friends of like the entire cast has done nothing.
Yeah.
I remember seeing
like-
Phoebe. She was the principal in Bad Neighbours?
Oh God!
yeah, she was the. That's the last thing I've seen her as.
Yeah, and like the
The
thing
way
is,
we've taken such a derail. We went from Ghost in the Shell to about the Friends cast.
we're from Ghost in the Shell to Pirates of the
So,
Caribbean,
what do
back
you
to
think
Ghost in
about-
the Shell.
what do you think
then
about-
see your fucking girlfriend doing weird shit, like doing the Enchantress dance in the elevator. And now back
So
to fucking
The
Friends.
machine will destroy them, brother.
Oh,
So
Anyway,
what do you think
that's
about
right.
whitewashing in Friends? We might as well have derailed so far.
On the topic of whitewashing, Iron Fist.
Yes. No.
Oh, that was a lovely little.
That was a
Segue.
transition right
That was a
there.
nice segue that you
not been
didn't have to
staring.
look at the laptop
I've not been
for.
staring at the laptop.
Yeah, no,
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, right. Because
though.
like the thing is about like whitewashing. Jacob said it earlier about if changing a character's race doesn't like Jacob's spinning in his chair like a fucking 4-year-old. Like if you change a character's race, and it either doesn't affect the plot in any significant way, and it's all right, that's okay. Or if it does change the plot, and so you can create new stories, that's even better because then you can do something with it. But when you're changing a character's race because you just assume something about them, that just fucks me off, because that's what most people
because
did
not
with
every,
Iron Fist.
you were saying it a couple of days ago, like not every single Asian knows martial arts.
Yeah.
And it's not like martial arts isn't yes, it's an Asian like dominated culture.
Yeah.
But there is still martial arts. Martial arts is a global thing. It should be taken as a global thing. He's not. It's like people are saying that it's the white savior trope again, but it's not. Like he's not trying to save the entirety of Asia.
No,
he's not trying to
before people
protect.
like,
well, no, he is actually the protector of Kunlun, isn't he?
Yeah,
So
but like just one area. That's just it.
That's it.
Like he has no jurisdiction anywhere else.
I think what it is that people nowadays just want something to complain about, and they've got.
Hence this podcast.
Yeah, they've gone. Oh, they've woken up to their empty void of a life. They've turned on the internet. They've gone, what can I complain about today? Iron Fist casting. They've what? They've cast a white man
To play a white role. What a fucking surprise.
to play a martial artist.
Crazy.
Because like it's like.
Yeah, but anyone could be an Iron Fist. Though.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Iron Fist is a title. Danny Rand is one person in a long, long line of people that have taken up the mantle. And he is one of, if I'm remembering this, I'm probably not remembering this correctly because I haven't read a lot of
Is he
Iron
the first
Fist.
white man?
No, he's the second one.
Yeah.
I think that's it, because his predecessor who was like in the 1920s or
Was
whatever.
that the one that you see in the video that's like got two
It
Iron
might be.
Fists?
We don't know, because I don't remember. I don't know who they cast for that role.
Sorry, spoilers.
What about?
But like
I'm
his
nowhere near Iron Fist.
predecessor was like back in the 20s, like Orson something.
I saw
He's
the
the only
photo
other
that-
one that I know for a fact is
Can you
one.
imagine-
It's like
if
the
you had-
original suit, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, like it looks
Yeah.
very similar
Yeah.
to the original.
Can you imagine like an iron foot as well? Like his just foot is just glowing orange.
Kicks you
It just
so
someone.
hard, your leg goes flying
With
across
Iron
the
Fist
room.
as well, we talk about how good is he on Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2?
Oh, the Alliance! Fucking hell, that's bringing it back.
He's so good.
He was such a good. His secondary costume was wank. Like it looked stupid, but like that's actually a brilliant thing, because in this game you can play as Iron Fist, and his default costume is not the one that
Finn
everyone
Jones.
knows him. It's not Finn Jones.
Not
No,
Finn
this came
Jones,
out like
sadly.
2008, 9, something like that.
I think 2009.
It must have been 2009.
Yeah.
And like his default outfit looks really cool.
Fuck, I feel
and
old.
his second outfit, it's a different Iron Fist who is wearing a turban, like completely covering his head. I don't like it because I just don't like the aesthetic of it. But like that's like more evidence. Like in the comics, there's an entire backlog of like previous Iron Fists. So when people said, "Oh, he should be Asian," I was like, "Yeah, the Iron Fist could be Asian. Like if we have like some weird time travel or looking back to the past."
But
thing.
Danny Rand.
But Danny
is not.
Rand should not be.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the thing. Like the only way that I could have justified Danny being Asian is that in the comics it was revealed that his dad lived in Kunlun for a long time. So if they had changed the story so his dad was born in Kunlun, then left to come to New York and have a wife and a family, and so his son was Asian, and then when they travelled back and then the accident, that's the only way I could justify it in my head.
That's fine if they did that though, because that'd be servicing the story.
Yeah.
That'd be changing someone's race or origin to serve the story, whereas just changing it and going, well, we don't want to offend people.
I think PC culture is sort of taking control of a lot
just,
of
like it's
TV
like,
and film.
but like it almost feels like the Fantastic Four film you mentioned earlier felt like that to me, because they made Johnny and his dad black, but they kept Sue white, and it didn't even impact on the plot.
No, but I get what you said, because you said the other day that you think that they did that to keep Sue white.
Yeah, because they wanted a
so
pretty
they
blonde
wanted a pretty
woman.
blonde one. But I think we'll never know, because they'll never release.
I think in Josh Trank's
we'll never
version,
get Josh Trank's version. We'll never see what it could have been. But
Are we still talking about Iron Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it, so I'm kind of useless in this segment.
We're talking about Fan Four Stick now.
We'll never see. I don't think we'll ever see what Josh Trank pitched to Fox.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see that. I don't think we'll ever hear about it.
But I think the thing is, like, do we want to? Because he's such an arsehole.
I don't know.
Do we even care?
I don't know, but I think, judging by how the first half of that film goes, I think that he would have tried to make something of that and make it a plot point. But I think it's had so much studio interference that they've gone, well, this isn't a superhero movie. What are you doing?
I think
we need big fighting and shiny lights in the
Yeah.
sky.
I think where Josh Trank's version ended was the 1 year later bit.
Yeah, I
think that's where the studio was like, okay, we're taking over. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, because they locked
You're
him out of the
bullying
editing
Kate
bay as
Mara.
well. They didn't let him have a say on what went in, what went out.
Yeah.
And so when he went to interviews about the film, he was talking about how excited he was, and he was talking about certain scenes that had been put in the trailers that didn't end up in the actual film. And it's like, just how much involvement did he actually have?
That's another thing we could
He was
talk
still
about.
a bellend, but
I think that's
He's a villain that didn't. I think he wasn't deserving of doing that Boba Fett.
I think we'd have got a more Chronicle-esque film if they'd have let him just do what he wanted.
Yeah. Like, so how about we talk about this to close out? Because otherwise we're going to reach an hour. When the executives get involved and when it like screws up a movie, because that was one of the things that helped kill Suicide Squad and the Fantastic Four film was the executive meddling.
Yeah,
that's really becoming a thing now, and it's actually
That's
starting to
what
turn
I'm
me
scared
off it.
for with DC films and for Wonder Woman, if it happens, because what Patty Jenkins has done is quite good. But if Warner Brothers gets involved and say, "Oh, we want this cut," because what they did with Batman v Superman, that's the thing. But watching the Ultimate Edition, it's not that good. But it would have been better. Like Zack Snyder's version would have been better than what was
At
released.
least in the Ultimate Edition, Clark does something.
Yeah, and then with Suicide Squad, I haven't seen the 12 extra minutes. Like
it's a pile of wank. There's nothing to add to the
that's
story.
because David Ayer came out in an interview and said, like, if I had a time machine, I would go back and like do it all differently.
Do you want to know what it added?
No. Spoiler alert, Simon. I want to watch it for myself.
It added a little bit of the Joker more, like 30 seconds.
Is that in the
Harley's
car?
pointing the gun at the head.
Yeah.
According to Jared Leto, we've lost about an hour of.
Well, they
Joker
said like
footage.
they could have made a Joker film, which I wouldn't have watched if that was if that was him for an hour and a
And
half.
I think he's spewing
No,
out
but I
his
think-
fucking arse.
He's signed on for another film, though, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
It has to be in the
No,
Batman.
he'd already signed on for 3.
It has to be in the
I
Batman.
mean, I wish if he can just tone it down a little bit for the Batman film.
I think when,
like if he gets rid of the weird shit,
Yeah,
and
like-
like sticks
You know
with the
when-
good stuff.
You know when Jared Leto came out and said, we had enough Joker footage that we could have made a Joker film. I reckon it wasn't scripted, but he just sort of walked into a room, did some weird shit for about 5 hours. They shot it. They went, "Oh, this is really good. This is really dark. Let's send reports out saying this is really fucking good. He's even better than Heath Ledger."
And then someone in the editors we were like, "What the fuck?"
And then they pass it on to the editors, and they were like, "Yeah, no, this does not line up with the script you've given me. How the hell do I put this into the film?" And they've just only been able to snip bits and be able to...
This trailer
Sprinkle
house
it
that was
in.
editing the entire fucking
It's just like the thing is that now it's like so much of like potentially good films end up on the cutting room floor.
It's the fact that there's a lot of films that are cancelled that you look at and you go, that could have been amazing. Like I like George Miller's Justice League Mortal.
Yeah.
Like
Was
you
it
look
Mortal or was it Dark?
No, I
think it was Mortal.
because Justice League Dark, the animated film.
Yeah,
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Justice League Mortal with they've got Common as Jon Stewart. They got Armie Hammer as
I'd
Batman.
rate Common as Jon
Like
Stewart.
George Miller, who literally just has done Mad Max Fury Road, which I think is one of the greatest
Oh
action
yeah,
films
brilliant
ever made.
film, brilliant practical effects.
It's like how could you not fund this film? And it's just like
Armie Hammer as Batman, though.
you look at cancelled projects, and then you look at films that come out, like Fantastic Four has come out, Dragon Ball Evolution has come out, Suicide Squad has come out, and it's like how does this happen?
I think we should not focus on the how did this happen, but more on the how can we stop this from happening.
What went wrong?
Because when you look at like studio interference on the DC films especially, they've still made a shit ton of money on them films.
Yeah,
because
of the name.
They've gone, well, everybody's going to go and see Batman v Superman because it's got the two biggest heroes of all time in it.
That's what
that was considered.
You don't need to edit a film. The title will sell.
The
title will sell.
It really didn't matter whether they made a good film or not, which because they cracked $1 billion, didn't they? Or not far off.
They were nowhere near.
I think
$875 million.
They got past their budget, but like.
It was considered.
It's a disappointment.
Because what happened when it first came out, like loads of people went and saw it, and then word of mouth spread so quickly that a lot of people just stopped.
It was like an 80% drop.
69% drop.
69% drop from like the first week to the second.
The point is that it wasn't a failure because they made enough money.
Yeah.
And then they went, oh no, we've fixed it now, so buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And then they made all that deal, all that money.
A lot of people did buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, because
as well.
what DC have got themselves into is that like they're making an unfinished film for the cinema, and then they're saying, "Oh no, we fixed it. Buy it on Blu-ray."
Yeah.
2016 was the year of special edition.
Yeah.
Like you had that, you had Ghostbusters, which was a disappointment, and it failed miserably at the box office. People bought it on DVD, and apparently it was fixed, which it really wasn't. Then there was Suicide Squad, which apparently was fixed in the special edition.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
You can't fix Suicide Squad. It's broken.
And there's a lot more examples. Like there was, I think Legend of Tarzan did that as well.
I never saw that.
I saw that in cinemas, and it was all right. It wasn't the film I was expecting. It was too much like a cliche superhero movie, like the setup for it. Yes, give me a death glare, Jacob. Fuck me sideways.
2016, I think, has been the worst year.
It was quite a disappointing year. That's a bit. Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One.
Rogue One is
even though
I reckon if that comes out in special edition,
I did
it'll have
enjoy that.
different
No, it won't. They said it came out, but what was the thing? No, because do you watch Chris Stuckman?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see his Rogue One? And they analysed like Rogue One. He said like people Phantom Menace Rogue One. I completely disagree because I think for me Rogue One. He said it's a Netflix film. And it's not like it's just a film you put on in the background. For me, Rogue One
you get absorbed into that.
I'm trying to remember my Star Wars list, but it's up there. It's in my top 5. Like Rogue One for me was one of the best films of 2016.
Yeah,
I don't care because trailers are pointless.
It's Civil War and Rogue One as best.
At the end of the day, trailers are pointless. At the end of the day, they're just supposed to build anticipation.
I think it was just a shame that we didn't see that scene where they're running.
Yeah, because that looked good though. But what we got in the end was still a very good Star Wars film.
I really enjoyed the film. It's just I can't help but feel intrigued into what we could have got.
Yeah.
Because
the characters changed, didn't they?
Yeah, they changed the characters quite a lot. There was going to be a heist. There was going to be a heist on the actual Death Star itself to begin with. And then there was going to be them having to cross the beach as well on Scarrow.
Roll safe, Duncan Powell.
Oh, Duncan Powell, what a legend.
Oh my god.
Sergeant Melshi.
No, I just like the fact that he just turned up to an audition one day and he was like, "Yeah, we've made you a character." For viewers who are probably confused, we got to interview Duncan Powell at university a while ago, and he told us.
Do you want to get out of here?
Yeah.
He told us the story of how he worked on like the. The screen tests, and then one day he turned up to do another one, and they said, "Yeah, we've made you a character."
For those who are not sure which character he was in Rogue One, he was the Scottish bloke that got kicked in the balls by Felicity Jones.
But then he started the assault.
Yeah. He actually had lines.
Do you know? I heard of an interesting cancelled project for Star Wars that I think should have been made, and it was either going to be a movie or a TV show. And Coruscant, where they had that underground thing?
Yeah.
It was going to be called Star Wars Underworld. Ooh. And it was gonna be kind of like
like the bar in Attack of the Clones. You want to buy any death sticks?
You want to buy some death sticks?
And apparently it sounds to me like it would have just been Gotham.
Well, if you've played
Star Wars edition,
Old Republic,
but actually good.
Yeah,
if you've played Star Wars: The Old Republic, when you go down into like that bit on Coruscant, it's quite scary. If you're a low level player, you go down there like no, steer clear.
Which is a shame. Like when Star Wars 1313 got cancelled.
They've got another Star Wars project coming out because Battlefront 2 is coming out this year. Battlefront 1 was such a disappointment. Fuck EA whilst I'm here. Okay, fuck EA.
I spent £95 on your fucking game.
You bought the season pass. Oh, you fool!
I pre-ordered the game.
Boy.
I bought the season pass, and I bought the deluxe edition.
Well, no, that's
The legitimate,
they have another
the
Star Wars game
legitimate
coming out in the next couple of
rage he
years.
had
Yeah.
on the mic then. The glare he gave the mic.
Battlefront 2, I'm still gonna fucking buy.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah, but they're gonna.
But
They
if
have
it's
to add prequel. They have to add the characters because
They
one
have-
thing the prequels did well was give us some quite
oh
cool
my God, like,
characters.
yeah,
when they were like, oh my god, DLC 1 released, I was like, oh god, it's cool, new characters, who is it? Neon Nub. Let me check my fucking temperature, because who the fuck is Neon Nub?
Who's the guy in
Don't shit on the end.
Return
I've
of the
always
Jedi.
dreamt of playing as that.
Oh, that
The only
guy.
one they did well was like Chewbacca.
Chewbacca and Lando Calrissian.
And, who was the other one? Greedo, I think.
Greedo,
But
yeah.
when they had
fucking Greedo, he's in it for
who
30
was
seconds.
was his name Dengar or something?
Dengar.
Who the fuck's he? I had to
I
look
only
at a
know-
thing.
There
I
was
only
two
knew-
characters, Dengar and the fucking reptile-looking piece of shit.
Oh,
I
he's
only
on.
No, he's a bounty hunter.
yeah, he's
wasn't
a
he?
bounty
He's
hunter.
They're both bounty hunters
I
who are
only
in
knew-
Empire Strikes Back, aren't
I only
they?
knew
Yeah, but they're in it for
Dengar
like
was-
10
like 10
seconds.
seconds.
I only knew who Dengar was because I bought the Lego Slave 1 and he came with it. So I was like, who the fuck's this bloke?
They
And
ruined
I-
that
Who the
game.
fuck
Like,
is that guy?
oh my god! Why do they have so little heroes and so little villains? What the fuck are
Well,
they
on
doing?
release,
This is
3
supposed to
heroes,
be-
3 villains,
it's
compared to
supposed to be-
Battlefront 2, where it was like 24 or something.
It's like you've got the original trilogy, but you could still use prequel.
Yeah.
Like,
Obi-Wan Kenobi for fuck's sake.
Obi-Wan. No, I just remembered who else they put in. What's his face from Rogue One?
Yeah, fucking Director Krennic. And Rogue One was actually the only DLC that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, well, Scarif
Because-
is like meant to be a sick man.
Because the
Yeah.
guns in that were actually pretty sick, and Jyn
Erso.
Erso's
I love
great. Although fucking hell, the voice actors for that game were tragic. Did you hear like Darth Vader and Jyn Erso?
The worst
like
one
Vader.
was I think it was Simon Pegg who did the. I think it's Simon Pegg who did what's his name, Dengar or something like that.
The guy who's like, you get one lesson.
Uncle
Yeah, that's
Bro.
him.
No, but Simon Pegg did a voice for Battlefront, I think.
Did he?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. But I hate Uncut Flight Force.
The thing is, I still play Battlefront. Like I never.
I deleted
40
it.
on that.
Yeah.
I couldn't be asked. But
I-
Deleted it.
it's
That-
only
he told me that my
because-
disc was corrupt as well. And I was like,
You look.
that's EA.
You have to admit. Star Wars Battlefront is actually the Zack Snyder.
Yeah, no, he was Dengar. He was
Games.
Dengar. Simon Pegg was Dengar.
Like, so actually,
yeah, it was.
Battlefront looked amazing.
It
It looked amazing.
it-
You have
looks
fun.
exactly
You have fun
like
with it
Star Wars.
for about 40 minutes.
until you realise what it is,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
And it's like
oh,
heroes
and then
versus-
it's like, oh no,
No, that's Zack
there's
Snyder.
a DLC
No,
coming.
but to be fair, at the moment, exclude Sucker Punch. Okay.
Oh my god, EA is DC and Zack Snyder is Star
Exclude
Wars.
Sucker Punch. Zack Snyder has only made one bad film. If you just exclude Sucker Punch, but Batman v Superman, that's a bad film.
300 Rise of an Empire.
He didn't make that.
He did.
No, he didn't.
Did he not?
He didn't make that.
Oh,
He didn't make that. 301 is quality. Watchmen for me is brilliant.
yeah.
Man of Steel, I really like Man of Steel. And then
I
he did.
quite
Was
like
it? He did Dawn of the Dead as well, and that was good. He did Dawn of
Oh,
the
yes,
Dead.
I forgot about
Yeah,
Dawn of the Dead,
that was
which is
good.
an absolutely because do you want to know why? Because visually, it's not that impressive. It is a good-looking film, but it's not fucking like trying to make slow-mo fucking zombies and shit. My god,
The Sucker Punch is awful.
Sucker Punch.
I
was-
didn't
Like,
mind
what
Sucker
were we
Punch.
talking
It
about?
was
I
just
didn't like it.
confusing.
Yeah, I didn't
We
like
have
it.
gone so far.
Um,
out.
What were we
Keep
talking about?
We were
Sucker
talking about.
Punch.
We were talking about
No,
Star Wars Battlefront. and then
originally.
Okay, well we're now into like the 1 hour mark.
it went from
Well,
we're on
if
Sucker
you're
Punch.
still with us,
it went from
Very interesting, I have
executive.
to listen to
It
for now.
went from executive decisions on films that ruined them to Star Wars Battlefront and now Sucker Punch.
Yeah, we haven't had a clear schedule. We've just
Oh, fuck no.
whatever feels right.
I think it.
It's only because I had to rage about Star Wars Battlefront because I spent
Hang on.
so much money.
I
on that game.
bought just the game on its own, and it reminded me of
No,
Destiny.
he was. Yeah. He
Yes.
was.
Oh,
He was a
Destiny.
producer on 300 Rise of an Empire. He was a
Yeah.
producer on that.
But Destiny,
Didn't
yeah.
die.
like, but the thing is, Destiny 2, Destiny was great.
Oh, why are we talking about video games?
Well, that because I don't
Because
even know.
Cade, do you remember Cade 6,
Yeah.
played by Nathan Fillion, who's probably one of the most charismatic people ever.
Yeah.
Like Cade 6 was brilliant. He's such a fantastic character. The best part about Destiny, and which is why I look at Destiny 2 and I'm thinking, okay, Cade 6 looked awesome in this, but I'm not going to buy Destiny 2.
No.
Because I was really disappointed with
depends.
Destiny.
It just depends.
It was so dull.
That's something. Speaking of like Nathan Fillion being in that, it's not unsurprising for Nathan Fillion to do voice acting. But
it's not surprising for Nathan Fillion to be the best thing.
I like his
Yeah,
I
but-
love his Green Lantern.
oh, his Green Lantern.
I love his Green Lantern.
But like the thing about it is, there's a lot more like mainstream big named actors getting involved in
Video
games now.
games.
Like Peter Dinklage was in Destiny before he turned up an absolutely shite performance.
Oh,
But
God,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, but like in
He was in Game of
Horizon Zero Dawn, they've actually got some big named actors in there, but I can't remember any of their names.
I love that game.
Like Lance Hendrick.
Jacob wants Aloy to be his wife right now.
We might have to wrap this up.
Okay, right. Let's wrap this up in the fact that I've just discovered here that there's a Deadshot movie in the works.
Oh no!
Oh no! Yeah, I already
And on that
It's
bombshell.
announced. It's been announced alongside Gotham City Sirens.
David Ayer's doing Gotham City Sirens. as well.
He's also done
Hang
that
on.
new one, Bright, with Will
Wonder
Smith.
Woman, Deadshot, Gotham City Sirens are all supposed to come out this year.
This year.
What? 2017.
No, Gotham City Sirens
No,
is
that can't
2019, I think.
That can't be right.
Oh, it's been announced this year at the very least.
I think
it says
2019
2017 here.
yeah.
But oh my god, DC, get your shit together, boy.
I think that's conversation for another day.
Yeah, okay.
That's
But
next
yeah,
week.
so
Yeah. We promise at some point we will get some sort of structure.
we'll figure out how to do this properly. This is the very first attempt, the very first time we've ever done this.
And we promise next week we will get rid of Simon.
Absolutely.
I think.
I'm sorry, okay, Star Wars Battlefront is very bad.
I think what we could do is we could do some shows that are like this where we just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And then
We'll make a solo spin-off with just Sam.
No, I
And then after this is released, we're going to do an extra 30 minutes. We're going to do the Ultimate Edition,
Yeah.
where you get the real feel of this.
Yeah.
Sam's spin-off will be called DC Fanboys Unite.
I'm not a fanboy. I didn't like Suicide Squad.
Come on,
What about
come on.
Superman?
At some point we want to be trying to do some like movie pitches of like movies that we didn't think were great, or like pitching our own movies and stuff like that. But yeah,
Nice.
Just give us feedback and
Give us a call.
give us a call.
give
Yeah,
us feedback if
just-
you've
just-
got this far.
No.
Yeah, just give us feedback. See, and if you enjoyed it, give us a like. Thank you very much for listening. This was the Interdimensional Podcast.
God bless.
Bye.
God bless.